Driving through the glitchy streams, chasing shadows and daydreams, navigating neon signs, tracing paths and pixel lines, zooming in on shattered views, 3D worlds with many clues, turning corners left and right in the maze of endless night. Kiely's story in the code, every turn and every road, mapping out the moments gone, searching trails till the dawn. Digital whispers guide the way, finding secrets in the fray. Virtual streets lighting up, hope within each data cup. Ghostly echoes in the mist, root by root the clues persist. Seeking in the binary, answers in trajectory. Coordinates align and shift, truth will rise in every drift. Driving through the swirling haze, unraveling the hidden maze. Zooming in on shattered views, 3D worlds with many clues, turning corners left and right in the maze of endless night. Digital whispers guide the way, finding secrets in the fray. Virtual streets lighting up, hope within each data cup. Ghostly echoes in the mist, root by root the clues persist. Seeking in the binary, answers in trajectory. Coordinates align and shift, truth will rise in every drift. Driving through the swirling haze, unraveling the hidden maze. Coordinates align and shift, truth will rise in every drift. Driving through the swirling haze, unraveling the hidden maze.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Alright, look. This is probably gonna be a long live stream. I promised myself tonight. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. I have to be done in 3 hours. 3 hours is my cutoff time. I have to rest my body. I finally put a compress on my ankle. We need to treat this shit right. We need to rest a whole night through. How is everybody doing? We got a lot to discuss tonight. Look, I'm so tired of this knuckle dragging. This, like, it's really annoying that their systems really can't take that long to grab data and put in a certain date frame and then just literally redact addresses. Even if you have to read through it, me reading through all this stuff and mapping it out while playing a video game hasn't even taken me nearly 30 days just to go through the CHP, and this one's long as hell. Long as hell. I don't understand why they keep doing what they're doing. Anyway, I started my FOIAs with Washo. And I knew like a day or two before it was due for them to give me my stuff. They were going to ask for 30 more days is what they asked for. I knew it was coming. But I started doing some research and trying to compare why, like, CHP responds so quickly in comparison to other counties. And the only logical thing that I can come up with is that, like, somehow CHP has a better, they're more well equipped, but still, seeing all the funding over the past 3 years in Washoe, I don't understand what the fuck's going on. Especially given how big all of their units are. We're just going to go through some things. I'm going to read some stuff, and then we're going to do our regular mapping out. I'm going to play in some EarthKart. But I found some things. I kind of skimmed over them. I thoroughly want to read through them. This is some nerdy stuff. If you've got things to do, now would be the time to do them and listen to me just chatter away about stuff that a lot of people might not be interested in, but I just want to understand. So this was written on December 16th, 2018, and this is California Highway Patrol connects thousands of responders and dispatchers across California with CAD and mobile enterprise. The problem is California Highway Patrol is a large team. In fact, one of the largest law enforcement agencies in the U.S., Chief Information Officer Scott Silsby said. Oversees 350 employees in the Information Management Division of the CHP who provides technical support for the department and officers on patrol. Scott was responsible for implementing a new computer-aided dispatch, which is CAD, which is what we're looking at. These are... The computer-aided dispatch is a program that is literally written in a binary CAD format. It's the simplest form of CAD that there is, literally. It's literally like spreadsheet, and it takes the sums, the equations, all of those things. Like, you can even take AI today, take an entire spreadsheet and throw it into something like Grok, and it'll give you an estimation of what the information is. I've actually been doing it with Kiely's timeline. I gotta write the spreadsheet a little bit differently so that AI can understand what I'm putting out. Anyway, so it's an integrated mobile solution to improve communication between dispatchers and officers to reduce response time and increase officer safety. Okay, so the solution in 2012 is they implemented a new enterprise software in all of their 25 communication centers statewide. The first site was Sacramento Communication Center, blah, 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 blah. So they wound up installing over 600 CAD workstations and training over 1,000 dispatchers on the new system. And I'm just wondering, because I heard something said, which we're going to visit that, but I heard something said that something happened in Washoe County. I do believe they say 2012 is when this whatever goes down. Anyway, we're going to go through the tabs that I have aligned, and we're going to try to make it make sense of why their systems are like they are. All right, this will clearly reduce officers' response times, which will help clear traffic and save lives. In our 84-year history, we have lost 223 officers, and I am confident. What about the people? Like, that's what your response system is supposed to be for, is these officers, they took an oath. That's their career choice, is to put their life on the line to protect and serve the people, the community, the victims. I understand they're going to lose their lives. That's a risk they chose. Just like people choose to go off to the army and know that trauma is going to happen. But I also think these people that put their life on the line like that, doctors, nurses, they should be paid very well. Same with teachers. They put their life on the line every day teaching our kids. Implementation on time and in budget. Okay, we don't care about that. Okay, so that's CHP. This is the most updated thingy that I can find. So clearly their system works. It's solid. But I just feel like Nevada and California were once on the same system, is what it feels like. I'm going to tell you why as we just go through. Okay, so this, I don't even know how I found this, y'all. I was just looking up Washoe County CAD systems. I was just looking up all different stuff, and it sent me to this Facebook post from last year. Well, Yeah, we'll just say last year, October 30th, 2023. And we're going to listen to this video. I'll even be nice and make it full screen so we can check this out together. We're going to watch this whole thing. Let me mute myself, though. How's everybody doing? Billy, it's good to see you, honey. CB, I'm glad that you come hang out when you need some downtime. That's why I make myself do a live or do something so that I, like, sit the fuck down. Stop moving for a minute. My ankle hurts so fucking bad. It's not to the point of crying, but I can feel it clear up in my knee, and I don't like that. I don't like when my nerve is... I should have went and got it handled fucking 6 months ago, but now I'm going to wait until it really either breaks or that tendon fucks up in that heel to where I have to get surgery on it, because they're not re-breaking this bitch. Not going to happen. Not right now. I'll hobble on ranch, boss. What you doing, girl? It's good to see you, Miss G. I love you, mamas. I hope you're doing well, honey. I miss your voice. I miss you going live. All right, let's check this out.
In northern Nevada, our 911 system has grown to become siloed. Sometimes callers have to repeat information during the worst moments, and seconds can feel like minutes while waiting for help to arrive. Thankfully, through the leaders at the City of Reno, the City of Sparks, Washoe County, and Remsa Health are working together to revolutionize how our 911 system operates in our growing region.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
City Hall.
Okay, City Hall at 1 East 1st Street in downtown. Okay, where in the City Hall are you?
The first floor.
Okay. Is she unconscious?
I think so.
And how old do you think she is?
I don't know, this isn't good.
Okay, we're getting help started right now, okay? I'm going to transfer you to the paramedics, and they're going to ask the address again. Don't
Okay, okay. Oh, are you okay, lady?
Paramedical, what is the address of the emergency?
City Hall?
Okay, we have lots of help on the way.
The first step to improving the 911 system is to get all the regional partners on the same technology for our computer-aided dispatch system, or CAD, which had never been done before. Streamlined technology is critical in prioritizing and recording the calls and coordinating a timely response.
Over the last year, we've worked towards identifying a CAD system that meets the distinct needs of all 4 agencies, including EMS, fire, and police services, while providing a platform for seamless resource sharing for emergencies.
Meanwhile, in July of 2022, the Reno and Sparks City Councils, along with the Washoe County Board of County Commissioners, came together for a meeting to discuss regional dispatch protocols using the 911 system. To achieve this, we established a regional working group composed of EMS, fire, law enforcement, and dispatch.
Those are some major improvements, but what's interesting is what they show here in a second. It's so good to see y'all. It really is. Linda's here and shit. Yeah, that's what's up, right? Let's hang out.
To partner with consultants at Federal Engineering to assess the current system and provide recommendations for what regionalization could look like in northern Nevada. Over the last 12 months, we participated in on-site visits, data collections, and workshops.
During this process, it quickly became clear.
What most interests me, honestly, is I'm a looker, you know what I mean? Like, I observe things, and I'm real interested in, like, the software, you know what I mean? Like, because if you look right here, hold on, I'm not going to mute myself right now, so you're probably going to hear this video echo, and you're just going to have to bear with me. Look in the background. You see them screens? It's kind of like what I got. Mine ain't 4 like that. Mine's just 3. It's like a triangle, you know? All right, let's do this.
On-site visits, data collections, and workshops.
During this process, it quickly became clear that efforts to regionalize 911 services were heavily dependent on technology.
Therefore, both projects became interconnected while regional partners worked together to improve the 911 response system while continuing the CAD replacement project.
As we approach the 1 year since establishing the regional working group, we've made notable progress thus far, but there's still work to be done. In the coming months, we continue efforts to implement a unified CAD system in partnership with Hexagon Safety and Infrastructure. We anticipate launching the new system in August 2025. Furthermore, our working group
Drunkenly drove in water and you missed her for 16 fucking days? Come on now.
will implement the final recommendations memo and governance plan, which will be turned into a strategic plan with ongoing actions to ensure efficient and improved emergency responses. We expect this to be an ongoing process that will evolve as the CAD project is implemented.
So why does it matter to you? When you call 911, seconds matter. Know that your community leaders and first responders are committed to working together to enhance protocols using the 911 system to deploy the nearest and most appropriate resources to any emergency.
We are proud to work together to keep our communities safe.
Look, and I've learned so much about these softwares and the programs and stuff like that. Like, I should go apply for a dispatcher job or some shit, you know. I probably know their systems by now. All right. So I found that interesting, that the city of Reno, Washoe County, has like revamped their system completely. But I know at one point, like Neva, which is California, Nevada, like had a lot of partnerships. And it just seems like, I don't know. They both needed their own money and funding, so they kind of like they broke up and shit. All right, let's keep going. So, where is this at? So, for anybody that knows that sometimes, like, when I'm doing shit, when I'm baking, when I'm cleaning, when I'm doing whatever, I will throw, like, a podcast on. Sometimes I'll throw, like, community meetings on. Sometimes I'll throw on commission thingies. Like, they don't do them that often here in Pennsylvania because, like, their subcommittees, like, they're pretty on shit, like, getting things rolling. And it's just, it's really odd to me that the California Republic, and now for whatever reason, it's kind of like the money and the funding is kind of like has a huge grasp on the like west side of Nevada. Anyway, they have to record all of these meetings, you know? Oh yeah, that's right. I turned my volume down. My bad. There, is that better? Let me blow your ears out. It's just, it's crazy to me how often they do like reviews, commission meetings, like open spaces, planning commissions, like and as you can see here, I've been watching the Washoe ones, but that video that we just watched showed a little clip from July 22nd, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check that out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check this. If anybody's not subscribed to Washoe County, not everybody wants to. I'm subscribed to the ones in my areas like Westmoreland County and stuff like that, but I think they have commissioner meetings like once every, I want to say 4 to 6 months, something like that. 6 months. It's because, I don't know, things just happen rapidly here, which doesn't, I mean, I understand Pennsylvania has a lot of people, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm trying to understand. All right, so we're going to watch some of this. Because I found just, their wording bothers me, y'all. All right, I'm going to mute myself. We're going to listen to some of this.
That takes us now to item number 6 for fire EMS dispatch and regional collaboration opportunities, discussion and possible acceptance of the principles guiding the intent and desired outcome of the regional collaboration opportunities for fire EMS dispatch services, including but not limited to enhanced protocols for the dispatch of emergency services using 911 based on factors such as deployment of nearest resources to emergency calls and other collaborative opportunities in matters related thereto.
I also got to say that I really I get down with Washoe County's logo. I know some people are like, oh, why would they use that? But you have to understand, it's like the Wild Wild West, and that's like saloon, like old school sheriff saloon lettering. It's pretty incredible. My older siblings, when I was going to Gibson junior high school, I think it was like 6th grade or something like that, they went to a school called Western, and Western had a logo like that as well. I don't know, I really fuck heavy with like old Wild West shit. Let's go.
So do we have anyone from staff to open this up to start with?
Yes, Mr. Chair, can you hear me?
I can. Mr. Brown, the floor is yours.
It's the middle part of the logo that I got questions about.
I was able to get my laptop back in order, and I can open the item. And for the benefit of everybody, this is County Manager Eric Brown. I join you from the state of Oregon, where I'm attending the World Track and Field Championships. So please excuse the poster behind me, but in order to do this and get the broadband I needed, I had to agree to that. So I'll start the discussion, Mr. Chair, and everyone else, to say that the reason we've asked, what we're asking you to do today is to consider a couple of motions that have to do with, first of all, coordinating our efforts across the 3 jurisdictions and our stakeholder agencies to determine a better manner for approaching regional delivery of services for dispatch, EMS, and fire services to improve outcomes. And you will hear more from us in this presentation about the metrics that.
What I find really strange about this, though, is they've put an overlay, whatever background he's talking about, he apologizes, but it's the agreement that he made in order to use their internet service. He had to have this banner in the background. I don't know. But they redacted it, you know? It's kind of crazy. Just something I wanted to point out. Anyway.
We would ask be considered in terms of what's better. The second thing is we are asking today for direction and an agreement to forming a regional work group that will include the stakeholder agencies involved in delivering dispatch, fire, and EMS services. This is not today a discussion of how to do that. This is a discussion, this is an agreement as jurisdictions to move forward with coming up with a better approach.
And they do a really terrible job of letting people up on panel like there's always a name up there. Just, we're not going to listen to all of it, but if y'all want to have a giggle for 2 hours and 40 minutes, well, technically I only watched maybe an hour and 40 minutes of this. Start watching it on Criteria 6 because it's good as hell.
Excuse me, that includes the relevant stakeholder agencies that would include agencies like RIMSA, the Reno Sparks, Truckee Meadows.
This guy will definitely put a glass eye to sleep, you know? I can't, dude. The way they talk, I don't know, and they're all really confident. It's really, really something.
Fire agencies and EMS agencies, etc. Mr. Chair, I will turn it over to, I believe, JW, who will take you through the presentation.
But they talk like dipshits, you know? I'm sorry, I had to say it.
But again, I want to stress the purpose of the meeting today is not to get into the how we will do it. That is to be left to the stakeholder group to determine. This is really the first step in an affirmation from the 3 jurisdictions that this is something that you'd like to see us pursue, and to determine the framework for how that happens. And we will come back to you in short order with updates as we make progress. JW?
Thank you, Manager Brown. I think we're going to start with a couple of slides from Manager Kreutz, and then he'll hand it off to me.
All right, thank you.
JW, are you going to be putting the slides up, or is somebody going to put them up?
That will be Eric Wilgrich in the chambers.
The slides are up.
Okay. I
nobody knows what nobody's doing.
I'm looking at, so I'll trust you're on. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, for the record, Neil Kreutz, Spark City Manager. I'm going to go over briefly and at a relatively high level the issues that we're having. We're trying to describe the problem. And in a nutshell, what we have is a current 911 system, in particular with regard to our EMS response, that is inefficient and not as effective as it should be. We've got multiple computer-aided dispatch or CAD systems that don't allow for adequate information sharing or resource deployment based on the needs of the person who's called 911. We've got multiple fire agencies that exist within our geographic boundary.
What I find more interesting is the meetings after this up until August 16th and what they're about. It's very interesting. The next one is, do believe it's for the water district.
And having that leads to some impairment in figuring out who could get there the quickest, because we have agency boundaries that make that challenging. Quite often, resources are committed from multiple agencies, then only to be canceled. So we've got some inefficiency there. And I'll give you some specific example, a specific example from Sparks. As if we look at our calendar year 2021 and the calls that we responded to from our fire department, about 81% of those calls in 2021 were emergency medical response calls, EMS calls. And when we look at that, that volume of calls, which was a little over 11,000 for us, about 43% of the time we were canceled, either en route or arriving on scene. So there's a good data-based example as to how we're committing resources that we don't need to. We're tying up resources that we could have available to do other things. And I think that is starting to lead us to the point of one of the things we think we need to get done here is to reduce the number of calls that we have to transfer around from agency to agency, reduce the number of pieces of equipment that we send. I know we all approach this with good intent and with wanting to provide the best outcome possible, but I think there is lots of room for improvement there. So if we can go to that third slide, which I can see now. Thank you very much, Eric. Really our current systems are based on ownership of process rather than the experience of the 911 call. We all do a really good job of trying to take care of our own, and at the same time being responsive to others in the community so that we can back each other up. So if we can redirect or refocus our efforts to be focused on delivering the best possible outcomes for the person who's calling 911 seeking service, that will better allow us to get the right resources in place in a timely manner. And fully acknowledging that timely manner does vary depending on the severity of the of the need. Quite often it's lights and sirens.
Like, how does your system become so inefficient? It's not like somebody sabotaged you or did somebody. I don't know. It's crazy to me. I understand that their population is growing and maybe they just didn't implement or upgrade systems. Maybe there was a deal back in 2012 and they didn't catch on to it and it finally caught up to them in 2022. I don't know. It just seems like Kiely Rodni made a whole lot of people spend a whole lot of funding, I don't know.
And there are plenty of times where it's not. So we need to take all of those things into consideration as we're doing it. But that in a nutshell is the problem that we feel needs to be addressed, and we want to take a look at it from the perspective of the person who's made the call, asked them for help. And with that, I'll turn it over to JW.
Thank you, Manager Krutz. We'll move to the next slide. Good afternoon, mayors, chairs, member of the council and commission. So my name is J.W. Hodge, for the record, Assistant City Manager for the City of Reno. As Manager Brown and Krutz have stated today, we are here to seek direction and acceptance on a set of principles designed to guide regional stakeholders to improve the complex dispatch, fire, and EMS response system that Manager Krutz alluded to. Every agency in the region strives to provide high-quality response and assistance to their citizens, typically within their own geographic boundaries and within the limitations of multiple dispatch and radio systems. We know that frequent call transfers and often unnecessary deployment of resources is the result. As our region continues to grow, the lines between these boundaries get harder to distinguish, and the need for a more coordinated response becomes even more critical with each of those calls. The technology and infrastructure required to meet these demands has forced us to look beyond our own agencies and develop a system of capable response that takes into consideration what resources are needed, available, and closest to the emergency, and how.
I'm sorry if this is putting y'all to sleep, because holy shit. Holy shit. Anyway, so here's what's really interesting. We're going to pause that for a minute, because holy guacamole. The start of 17 is... it's something, you know? I know some people don't want to believe that it's like a date, but I think it's a date. I don't think it's a highway. Because it's just crazy here, okay? So, on August 16th, they put a bolo out, missing juvenile. This was at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8:20 in the morning. So, a minute later, they switched the missing to an Amber Alert. Whoa, how come this an Amber Alert? How come nobody got it? How come they made excuses and said that no Amber Alert was put out? Well, CHP is what makes the call. Like, that's who approves an Amber Alert. And it looks like an Amber Alert got approved here on August 16th at 8:20 a.m. It goes from missing juvenile bolo, from a priority 4 to a 7, from 4 to 7 Amber Alert. And then they come in on the 17th, and this is when they decided to add the RAM sticker to the vehicle identifier. The only other time it's mentioned at all is Sammy and Megan. It's just crazy to me, like when you think about the go back, way back to the very beginning, when mom is giving descriptors of her vehicle, she's telling you that there's a couple little scratches in it, and that has a sun catcher, dream catcher hanging from the middle of the car. That's what we see when the car is being pulled out of the water. I think it took her a while to get on board with this RAM sticker thing. I don't know. I don't know. I would love for Mom, Pap, any of her real friends, and I mean real friends, to tell me more about this RAM sticker. Who put it there? You know, like, did her dad give it to her? Did Jagger give it to her? Is it something she picked up? It's really strange that it took them till August 17th. Hey, isn't that the day you went to Prosser's anime? Well, went in the water or documented your little travels. I'd like to see her travels clear back to the 14th, you know? Because she admits it. She admits it on panel. And she went in, because her story changed so much, y'all. She went into the area to visit her friend that was diagnosed with cancer. And I guess on her way through, which don't make sense because the friend that she's visiting, they only travel, really, well, technically, it is 3 places. Because you got motocross, Truckee, and where he's from. I'm not going to say, but it's down. She was coming through, and I don't know if the guard called her in for, like, I don't know. Her story's crazy to me. And then she lies and says that she doesn't go to Prosser until the 17th, but meanwhile, she claims how she went to one of the fucking community meetings and she signed up for the search. Well, you had to have done that before the 14th or prior. Because the 15th, they packed it all up, hunty. And then those weird videos of you on the side of the road on 89, and you're telling us that that drive video is you going up, coming through the loop, and going up Prosser Dam Road. But you have footage of you on 89. And then you also have video of you at Prosser at night beside your car with a kayak in the fucking water. And I just don't understand why these people can't tell the fucking truth. Like, tell the story straight. I understand all of those things could have been happening, but could she have been going there for work? Yeah. It's just crazy to me that all these people, it was like their year for retirement, and this was their, like, I don't know. I don't know, it just feels like an escape from the club, you know? I don't know, it's just weird. Alright, this is the 21st. See, this is what's crazy to me, okay? CHP didn't do anything after the 17th. This is from August 21st. And it's just crazy to me that it's 15:04, so it's 3:04 p.m. and they've been notified that there is a car with remains in it in Prosser. And it's likely that of the missing girl that they've been doing these incident detail reports on. So you're telling me that it went from a 4, be on the lookout, to a 7 Amber Alert. And then you finding a child? You get a call for a deceased minor? And your priority of this call is a 4? Knowing damn well that you would be handling this incident. What up, BoobTube? I don't whisper. What are you talking about? I don't whisper. I can't do it. This shit gets me riled the fuck up. Okay, and they're being called to assist other departments. CHP and Truckee on 80. Masha or Maria? Maria? I'm not sure. That might be Mattia. I don't know. Maria? I don't know. Masha, Mathia. Okay. Gerstenkorn? What? Okay. That's a new name. 8027. Oh, by the way, I did. Y'all are gonna love me. So between 4 different law enforcement, including CHP, Truckee PD, and I think it's Nevada County, and then I compared it to all of California's like state codes. And I filled in all of the 10 codes. I even included the 11s. I did all the code thingies that they're willing to release. I can't believe they have a code 666. That's what's insane to me. Anyway, but here's all the codes. Like everything. And then including, because when I start to listen to the actual calls, I'm going to want to know what all these mean, so I just helped myself early on. If anybody wants to use this, here. What does it say? Can't I share this? I'm not allowed to share this with anybody? Why is it so private? It won't let me share it. I don't know why. Well, I can't. So if you want any of that, eventually I'll get it so where I can share it. I don't know why it won't let me. Anyway, back to what we were doing. 8027. So 80, I'm going to assume 80 is where they're at. 27. Okay. And they know they're going to Prosser Creek. This person's responding from Klondike Flats. Wait a minute. Hold on. Copy. We'll go back to listen in a minute. This will help put BoobTube to sleep right here. Yeah, CB. Yeah. I forget what the hell it's for. Hold on. I should remember because I was like, but I don't. There's a lot of codes here. County-wide emergency or a felony roadblock per. This is LA, so all the counties in that area say it's a county-wide emergency. Who knows? Anyway.
These resources are
Let's
deployed.
let this play a little bit.
The principles before you today have been drafted to identify what we are trying to solve and how we, together as a region, will know if we've been successful based on the initial direction from our mayors, chairman, and the elected District Board of Health leadership. The intent is to provide a foundation for a stakeholder group to improve the system by identifying areas of opportunity, developing plans to implement change, and to measure the impact of those changes on the region. Next slide. The impetus for this change is to build a system kind of around that caller experience.
You know what's really strange is just pay really close attention. On the day that Kiely was announced to be in Prosser or at Prosser, I noticed all of these responding officers, just pay attention to what we're going to be mapping out. This is where they were at when they responded to said call. Okay, there's Prosser. This is how close this officer was. That's about to respond. So we might as well start here. If it'll fucking let me click on it. Dude, I would like... Yeah, give me that back. This guy right here. Give me this. And then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna scroll through this thingy, keep entering addresses while we listen to this, because this dude talking, this conversation is lengthy as shit. Alright, let me mute me.
Manager Kreutz opened up with. From the time someone calls 911 to the completion of that event, the system should be designed and implemented to put the caller first by providing a direct connection to appropriate resources, limiting the number of transfers between dispatch centers, improving the access to information and resources through shared infrastructure like the CAD system and other vital technology, and coordinating a response that utilizes appropriate resources based on the needs and location of the caller. When we look at the ideal system from the caller's perspective, rather than a combination of our own individual systems, we're able to start to identify opportunities for improvement that come when we address the dispatch process. Improving our technology and collaboration and coordination efforts is an imperative step in building the proactive emergency response network capable of meeting our community's needs. So to summarize this slide, we want to build a system that prioritizes the caller experience by deploying resources appropriately.
Just a quick question. Do you guys ever hear that boop, 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 boop? Because I don't ever know what the hell that is that's connecting or whatever that noise is. It's nothing that I've... It's every once in a while when we're doing like Kiely, usually I'm live and it's Kiely stuff. My computer makes that noise. Did anybody else hear it? Just a question. Just a question.
Oh no, it's getting scary.
It's already scary, man. Right off the cuff. Alright, we can be a helicopter. Alright, we can do that.
Based on need through the use of shared technology and infrastructure that will reduce duplication, minimize the unnecessary burden on our individual agencies, and provide the most appropriate response for the caller. Next slide, please. There are 4 key principles outlined in this document that's before you today, and they're intended to set the foundation for a successful development and execution of this project. Operations, organization, governance, and funding are intended to support and guide the conversation and the steps required to take us from where we are today to the next level in providing dispatch and response. Operations focuses on what infrastructure and systems are needed to support a regionalized approach to answering and responding to fire and EMS calls, including considerations related to staffing, deployment, resource allocation, and many other operational needs to ensure continuous improvement for our region. Organization sets the boundaries for what's to be included in the services provided and how they will be deployed. The design of organization is a critical part of how the system will operate through a more coordinated and collaborative approach, putting the caller first. Governance starts with what we're doing today, setting the direction on how the improved system will be guided, how policies will be set, and how jurisdictional representation will be incorporated into the core of the system. Finally, funding anchors the conversation and plans by ensuring we're developing a system capable of meeting the needs we have outlined so far, and one that is sustainable through an appropriate funding source that takes into account jurisdictional impacts and improved efficiencies. As we move this forward, I think it's imperative to recognize equity across the region and the importance of looking at each of these principles to guide us through the process of developing a solution to the problem. Next slide. Measuring our success is the last component of the guiding principles before you today.
This guy's gonna put me to sleep, holy shit. But listen, okay, so this is crazy. The officer that was dispatched is coming. This is what's insane to me. So if you go straight over Klondike Flats and just draw a straight line, there's Hobart Mills. Okay. Here's this back road that they take. To literally get to the backside of Prosser. There's the lake, right? Yeah, it's what they do. Alright, let's fly up a little bit higher. Oop, wrong way. Damn. Yeah, because there's Klondike Flat area. There's Hobart Mills. And if you either take this back road here, which this is part of the roads that lady traveled, or let me switch views. Or you can take that back road over there, or this one here. But there's a main road. Look at this, main road. That comes across the boat ramp here. Or you can go the normal way, which is, there's Hobart Mills right ahead of us. To the left a tiny bit is Klondike Flat. There's 89. And if you take 89 and make a left there, you can either hang another left and go to Lakeside, which is this road right here, or you stay right over here. Oop, hold on. It's right here. So left if you don't mind some dirt, you can go down to Lakeside. Or you can follow this concrete road, paved road. You can come to the Y and make a left and come to Lakeside, or you can come this way. And the thing of it is like if you actually look at this area, you can see where people drive across these areas. If you have an equipped enough truck or SUV. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of these teen dudes and young adults get their shit stuck in here and have to pull it out. I'm just curious, like from here, hold on, let me change my view. I know you all aren't gonna like this, but I'm doing it. Yeah, dude. Like, that's the thing. This is the road here, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. There's the road. Alright, so let's land. Yeah, if you're a camper at Lakeside, you'll see vehicles through the trees there. Up on a hill. Whoa, what did I do to the map? There we go. Anyway, let's continue on with this here. So, this is the call placed at 15:04, which is 3:04 p.m. The call lasted 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I do believe that this is Placer County calling CHP, if I'm... It says it down here somewhere. Yeah, because I think Nicole Stitt is with... I think it's Placer or Nevada County. No, she would have to be CHP because she came in here and closed this out. Why would she do that, though? Unless Nicole is one of those people that did the mate stuff. Because this is 8:27 at 17:42. Yeah, that would be MAIT. So she might be with mate. I'm actually going to change this highlight color. I'm going to make it a little bit greener so it stands out. Yeah, because 8:21, 15:04, 8:21, 8:27. Why did you edit the in waiting queue? Wait a minute, Nicole. Why did... Look, her logging in here and closing something out shouldn't change the in waiting queue for... Unless Nicole's the one that called Maria, I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry. I'm not sure which is the correct way to pronounce it. No. Because it shouldn't have an in waiting queue of 8:27, y'all. I understand the closed, coming back in after you've needed to access this stuff. What's up, White Rain? How you doing, girl? $8:27. I know there's technically two Y's there. It's technically a T and a Y. It's an intersection and a Y. Because here's her taking the call, getting this officer, and this officer. Okay, this officer came in, was called in, and he was there for... So he was there for the 5 hours, because 20, that's what, 8 p.m.? 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.? It's 5 hours, yep. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. 5 hours. 8 p.m. they got sent home. 7:13 p.m. This one got sent home. Same with this one. Okay. And then this unit stayed a little extra than these ones, but not quite as long as these ones stayed an hour after this one left. And you have Darren Herida, Matthew Pebbles. Hey, it's that guy again. Wait a minute. Luis Montes de Oca? De Oca? Wait a minute! Joseph Gardner and DeMarcus Lack. This is who came from CHP. 8:21 at 3:31. Media staging on Prosser Dam Road at boat launch. In case of calls per S3. Darren Heredia. H24 en route. I don't know what GRY. Gray Farm Abandoned. 1098. 1604. H24 97. That's has arrived at Prosser area. And then that's it? What about the rest? Okay, there is more. Okay, I was about to say. And then MAIT came in. I think that's for the information. Hold on. There isn't a code 180 in here. I'm gonna assume that this is supposed to be... No, it can't be. Is it incident code 180? I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't see a 180 in any of these logs. Anyway, MAIT is coming back in on August 24th at 9:33 a.m. The incident is reopened by Sergeant Mitchell. The Valley MAIT. Good thing that we have Officer Mitchell's ID badge 19260. There is a silver Honda CRV with no license plates at Central Valley Towing. $825 came back in. You know what? Let's go here. Let's go. Let's find this place. Why can't I? That's odd. Let me just select text. I'm on it. Let me just do that. I could have just typed it all out for all the fucking longer that just took me to do, but I did not. Alright. We gonna go somewhere. Wow, dude, they sent it clear the fuck down here? Because isn't... Damn, dude, that's one hell of a distance. There's two of them? Hold up, okay. Central Valley Towing by Top Notch Auto Parts. Brazil. Rancho Cordova Storage. U-Haul. Automotive Importing. Okay. Why are there two in the same place? Maybe this is just an office. Hold on. Nope, it's not. Yo. Are there dirt mounds behind any of this area here? What is this area? Dude, I want to fly all around this area for a minute. Alright, so we're going to start with... And then Sacramento FBI, because this is technically... I don't know. It's close to Sacramento, but it's... Why? Dude, does this place have fucking mounds of dirt in the background anywhere? I'm gonna check both of... We're gonna fly over all these. Oh, headaches are the worst, yes. I was listening to something today. It said something along the lines of taking Tylenol and stuff. There's more deaths from taking Tylenol than there is people that have died from a headache. It really put some shit into perspective for me, and I mean, it's not that I take any headache medicine unless I have an absolute migraine, but 2,000 people a year die just from taking a Tylenol. It can literally, if you don't eat healthy and you take Tylenol, it can literally cause liver failure. Easily. Especially if you have fatty liver already. Just saying. But I do hope you feel better. Alright, let's go fly. Let's go here. Sorry, dark time. Alright, I'm just gonna fly around. I'm gonna let this dude talk, because he could talk a fucking ear off. Oh, main court. Alright, let's pick this place. Yep, I would like to continue anyway. So, when you see this screen again, it just means that I'm switching to the other Central Valley Towing that are both in Sacramento, which is... I'm going to assume that this is the towing service, and that's the tow yard. But, I'm just a girl, what do I know? Alright, let's do it.
We've identified the overall problem we are trying to solve and outlined 4 key foundational pillars to guide our work. Setting foundational metrics that considers the caller's experience, including how long it takes from the time the call is made to the time an appropriate resource is responding, is one of the important considerations as we begin to build the next steps to ensuring we're doing more than just conceptualizing or sharing good ideas. Second to the caller experience, focusing on sending the right resource to the right call based on the needs of the caller and the system is a critical component to our future success and must be measured to determine our path forward. Reviewing, adjusting, and setting new metrics are vital to the long-term success of this project and the implementation of any changes identified by the working group and directed by this governing body and the governing bodies of our region. Now is the time. The solution to the issues laid out today require a regional answer. Individual fixes, fragmented systems, and one-off processes will not continue to support the growing needs of our region. This process is an opportunity to look at how our dispatch, fire, and EMS systems can provide a regionalized approach to serving our communities while bringing our individual strengths and skills to the table to build a foundation that we all want for the future. Next slide, please. This concludes our presentation today on this item. This item is seeking possible direction and approval from all 3 jurisdictions of the draft principles intended to guide the upcoming efforts, as Manager Brown pointed out, of a working group to review regionalization opportunities and to improve the collaboration and coordination of the dispatch, fire, and EMS response system in Washoe County. The managers and I are all here to answer questions, and I know we are joined by many of our regional colleagues in the commission chambers that are available for questions as well. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you so much. Before we jump, Mr. Manager, did you have anything that you wanted to add to that, Manager Brown? Because I know you and Commissioner Lucy have worked tirelessly on this. I mean, many hours, and so I'm going to give Commissioner Lucy the opportunity to kind of jump in and make any comments that he would like to make, because I think it's just appropriate. Go ahead, Mr. Manager.
Well, Mr. Chair, I don't really have a lot more to add other than, again, to frame that today's discussion is to give direction to the managers, to staff, that this is the direction that the 3 jurisdictions are willing to pursue. It is not to get into today the how of, how it would be funded or the governance. Those are, as outlined by JW in this presentation, things that have to be tackled, we think, by the stakeholder group and can be adequately addressed. But it's very important today that we get an affirmation that this is something that the 3 jurisdictions are interested in and want to see take place, and we will take it from there. So that's all I have to say, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Manager. Mr. Lucy, would you like to just chime in briefly before I turn this over to the rest of the group?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do appreciate the opportunity to provide a little bit of insight. And I want to thank a number of people first for their participation today and over the past few months in these conversations. First off, I want to thank the City of Reno, the City of Sparks, and Remza for.
This guy's gonna put me to sleep. Did y'all just see that though? So, like, this place got a lot of stuff. You feel me? It's crazy that there's like a fucking, what is this, a skate park? Yeah, it is. There's a fucking skate park right there, dude.
Let's play at the skate park.
Can we be? I could be a robot. Oh my god, I could be a mini car. A hover car? Are you serious? I'm a fucking DeLorean, y'all. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. All right. Y'all ready? Sorry, that laugh probably fucking just woke your ass up. Oh my god, dude. Look, I'm a fucking DeLorean at a skate park. Alright, so this is up. This is down. Okay, so this place is like a... Damn, dude, is this like... So they do semis. You'll see over here, there's still semis. Those are vehicles, regular vehicles. But over here, there's more semis. Then it turns into like holding thingies because they have to contain likely what's in all these tankers. See? It's a junkyard. So they probably have to do some type of chemical whatever. You got buses. Here's a parts thingies. Here's boats over here. Boats and hose. There's RVs, more boats, more like oil gas tanks for semi. And then I noticed over here there's RVs parked way back here for whatever reason. This must be their RV area. But here's like movers. There's a bus. Over here there's an RV. Hold on, let's check it out. Dude, I'm a fucking DeLorean. There's one right there. So I wonder if between this place and that that other place we looked into, that auction place, I wonder if they do a lot of business with one another. Dude, I really like this DeLorean. I'm totally okay with this. Yeah, this is a huge tow yard. Right next to a skate park. That's the craziest shit. What else is here? Tennis court? What is that? A tennis court? Oh, wow. Parking with solar panels. That's smart. Is that what that is? Parking with solar panels? Yep. All parking garages like that should have solar panels on top of them. Even those solar panels, how quickly they're damaged and what they're made of. You'll be seeing in some years that containment places to get rid of, because you can't recycle that. All right, let's go to the other address while we listen to this other dude. I don't see them holding her car at the big place. Or they could have just called them to move it. This is what doesn't make sense. Because they're saying on this report, will be a Valley Division record. Incident was reopened 1039 Sacramento Com for entry. Mate wants it entered as Valley Division impound. So that should be like the Grass Valley, Sacramento, Roseville, whatever you want to call it. That's just crazy to me. That Milne Towing is what and came and pulled her car out of the vehicle. And they were excused from it while, I guess, FBI checked. I would love to see that report. I don't need to see the autopsy. Oh yeah, give me the autopsy report from FBI, since, you know. I would hope the FBI treated it like a crime scene. It's odd to me that right off the cuff, everybody just wants to blame the victim. I fucking cannot with that. There is no evidence. There is no reason why, from the jump, this was not treated as a crime. You got a 16-year-old girl that goes to a party entrusted with friends, and she comes up missing. Well, if she didn't run away, then it sounds like either somebody killed her at the party or she was snatched. There's only two options there, y'all. Especially for her remains after, extensive searches were done by 44 different agencies were involved in this. We'll just say 10 of them, 8 of them partook in the search for her. Just those helicopters, those airplanes, those boats, those dive teams, ROV, that's the only other thing it could be, Mishti, is a staged party to make us look. Because you're telling me she was at this party with absolutely, where's the pictures? Release them to the public then. That's part of your investigation. Part of your timeline that should have been rolling out in real time. Instead of this, oh, she's as much on land as she is in water shit. You know what I mean? You guys talking like multiple narratives to set up for the next whatever might fall in place to meet a narrative. It feels like psychological ops are happening. You know what I mean? Feeding all this bullshit into the media when there really isn't. You just did a whole lot of talking and a whole lot of money spending and a whole lot of profiting, but where's the investigation? All these people responded, did all of these things. Well, who did their job? Because what we see on camera is you're allowing law enforcement officers to touch a crime scene, whether it's an accident or not. This is an incident. All these people should have known to glove up. Got people reaching in the vehicle, touching the steering wheel, grubbing shit up. And instead of questioning their part in this botched investigation, you're like, oh, just retire out. Go open you a business. I don't care if that person was on the force for 19 years and did great things. When it comes to the case of Kiely Rodni, there's so much bullshit and so many people that should be held accountable. From negligence to impeding an investigation, obstructing justice, concealing evidence and information, tampering with evidence and information. They're accountable, patting themselves, but we need better technology, we need better training, patting themselves on the back for a job they didn't even complete. 20,000 hours, and you're telling me in under 35 minutes, these people that they found dirt on come into town and find this little girl, and instead of people thanking them, everybody's all pissed off at them. It's almost like everybody already knew that they had dirt on them. It's like, y'all tell on yourself. I still want to know who called upon AWP, and I want to know who called the tow truck guy. And if that's not Kiely, and that's not her car in the footage, then blur out the license plate and release some evidence. Show us your work. It's your job. You had all this information come out, and you're telling us that it's all fake news? Don't look here? No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at it all. And now I want answers for it all. This lies on law enforcement. Yeah, I'm gonna look up Valley Division. I smell spaghetti, and I did not make spaghetti today, but now I'm hungry for spaghetti. Yeah, see, Valley... I don't think it would be Valley Division FBI. Let's try that. See, this one's by Roseville. This other place is down towards Elk Grove. Rancho Muerte. Yeah, because here's Rancho Verde Estates. One's here and one's over here, or something like that. One's here and one's over here. I don't know, something like that. Valley Division, CHP. See, look how close, it's like a triangle. So, Milne Towing pulled the vehicle out, which Milne Towing can say who told them to pull that car out like that. You know what I mean? Somebody's responsible. Somebody's responsible for busting that car up and not treating it like a crime scene. From the get-go. From the get-go, it should have been treated like a crime scene. It's almost like you knew you were gonna blame it on the fucking little girl. She was so fucking drunk, but the autopsy says otherwise. Pisses me off. Verde. Look, I'm white. Milne Towing was disregarded, but somebody told, a superior told Milne Towing how to pull that car out. You're telling me that entire time that Stephanie Novik Frickberg is touching that car after she takes her dive suit off, She's a fucking deputy. You're telling me that there's nobody there above a deputy? There's nobody there above a, I don't know, a dive team to tell her, ma'am, you're touching a crime scene. You should glove up. Nobody? No, nobody? Or did somebody tell her, yo, we're gonna need you to go in and get some, flub up them fingerprints? Verde. Green, I know. Green salsa. It's the shit. Verde? Salsa verde. So that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Oh no. Something like that. IYP. So FBI takes FBI, CHP, Truckee PD, Nevada County Sheriff's Office, Placer County Sheriff's Office are all on this peninsula. They take the vehicle and her remains to a tent while somebody's down taking pictures in that little rectangle. They release the body to that local morgue to transport it, which takes 2 days. Like, this is what really got me fucked up. Is y'all couldn't have done a little more of a timely manner? The weekend's coming, you just throw her on some ice? Is that what you thought? They all fucked up, CB. And I think that's why nobody wants to be accountable. That's why we're not holding the teens accountable, or the young adults accountable, or the adults that were at this party. None of them accountable. Nobody's gonna get in trouble for nothing. Who gave them the orders to fuck this up this bad? Because I understand one minor fuck up, little thing here and there, or one major thing, but for it to continually happen from the time this little girl went missing to the time this little girl's autopsy came out, you're telling me they did it the whole consistency? That's the type of consistency they got? I don't know, man. I'd like to know who called the orders to treat it in such a manner. You're talking about somebody's daughter, you know? There's a little kid that has a very promising fucking future. It is a blanket of no accountability. Oh, look, my DeLorean's over there floating in a little farm. Like a little UFO. We're gonna play it in a minute. Just give me a minute. I do not want another mint one in my mouth. I'll take a smooth. They're out of my nicotine right now. They've been out of my nicotine for the past 5 days at all of the stores that I buy my Zen from, and I'm really missing my coffee Zen right now. I understand that the FBI is in this vicinity. I understand. I understand the reason for bringing it in this direction, but what I have a problem with is you get a call for a missing girl, and there's a dude that's on duty and willing to respond and goes and starts and heading out, and you cancel him from going out. And then the next best thing you got is to get somebody that takes 2 days to go respond. I cannot wait to get incident reports. I don't want just CAD call logs. Like, I want incident reports from all of these counties is what I'm going to be focusing on this week. Is all incident reports. Because I want to see who's fucking responsible for what. They're calling themselves allied agencies, but it just seems like, and it's the same with these commission meetings, it's just like everybody's there to sell their story, to make a profit from whatever, but it's like they're so detached from what is even going on. 2 days for them to initially respond. Then you also have the morgue that took 2 days. Like, who said to hold off on starting this autopsy on this little girl? Was it Reber that made that call? Was it Placer County Sheriff's Office that made that call? Or was this mortuary service just too busy? They couldn't be bothered to take this little girl and get an immediate autopsy. It seems like they needed her body, because if you think about remains, whether they've been in the water for 2, 3, 4 days or 2 weeks, the second that you remove it from water and the oxygen, it literally starts breaking down in front of your very eyes. I watched my sister on life support break down, like her nose started rotting away. Like, I watched my own sister and seeing what decomposition happens when oxygen is at play. And I can only imagine how fast the decomp was from the time they removed her from the water to going to this mortuary service that took 2 days. I want to know who's responsible. Who made the call to put it off for 2 days to start the autopsy on this little girl? Because it's just, when you look at the autopsy and you think about her lung size, I understand why people thought that that wasn't even her. Did they do that on purpose to throw people off, to confuse people? It's possible. It's very possible. But if you think about the descriptors for her eyes, the descriptors for her lungs, that doesn't even make no damn sense at all. Her lungs make zero sense whatsoever. Somebody that's bloated out that badly, whether she was there for 4 days or 16 fucking days, should have some water in their lungs. And it's... You're not telling me that her lungs turned to such mush that when you put the... Because you're telling us in the autopsy that her lungs are palatable, that everything is... It's in great shape. Yet... You're telling us her eyes are so bad that there's no way you could take vitriol. The brain sample, Shannon Moon, that whited that out. I don't know who whited that out. 2 people signed off on it, and it was Reber and Shannon Moon. So, them both being the coroner, and her being a coroner marshal, sheriff marshal, whatever the fuck she is, they can answer that as well. Like, I want answers. And it's going to get to a point where I get so pissed off, I'm going to start calling these people and calling daily. Because I'm getting sick of this slow response through email. And then you get them on the phone and you start talking about, and they're like, well, you have to contact this person because I just started or whatever, you know? It's like they get all these new people in to take over these cases that know nothing about nothing other than all they can do is grab the data and get it for you, and they take 60 to 90 days to do that. Yeah, that California Interagency Mobility Guide, that thing is incredible. Because if you see how all the responses happen in there, I don't know. But if you think about them taking her body out of water, whether they kept her in a bag or put her in a freezer, whatever, she's still going to continue to break down for 2 days. But the issue that I have the most is the lack. There should be some form of water. I don't care if she sat out for 2 days. Oh, I know, Jade. I know. It does sound horrible, but I mean, these are topics that should be discussed, that should be brought to question. that these authorities should answer, that Reber should answer. I don't understand why instead of these family members going after YouTubers that continue to talk about it or that might have said some incorrect things or calling you out to prove things, but why aren't these people going after all these? It blows my mind that you're telling me you have this many people in a region of California and they can't all somehow get together and get one civil attorney and begin a fucking huge process that would, it would crack the corruption in this area wide the fuck open. If even a handful of these family members from all these victims got together and pursued civil, you can start civil, you can go on a state, and you can go on a federal fucking level. Like, there's so many levels. And like, part of my brain wants to say that they're going after Ryan to get a chunk of money to get a better lawyer to do something about it. But here's the thing, is they can lower the price on Lost Trail Lodge and get the money to get an attorney and do Kiely a solid. I don't understand. I don't understand with how close friends of friends between Kiely and Trinity, and you're telling me these two families are just, because of the fear of retaliation from their own community, the best these people can do is move closer together? That's terrible, dude. I'm sorry, but at that point, that would make me really want to get together and start civil processes. Oof. Oh, my ankle. All right. Oh, this dude's still. All right, let's do this, dude. We'll find another address and continue on. Sorry for that little rant. I had to get it out.
Their initial sit-down discussion that was had with Mayor Lawson, Mayor Sheedy, Chair Carton, Manager Cruz, JW, Manager Thornley, and Manager Brown, and our chiefs in April to discuss what would be the opportunities that this region could really prevail over in regards to unifying these challenges, as Mr. Hodge had laid out in his presentation today, of truly what would be the tenets available for us to improve fire service within our region. And it's always been the intent of every one of our organizations to provide the best emergency EMS and fire service to every citizen within Washoe County, whether they reside within the city of Reno or city of Sparks or the unincorporated area. As Manager Brown and Manager Cruz pointed out today, I believe it is our objective as electeds to really provide that overarching basic foundation of an agreement to move forward and really address the concerns of our growing region. And as we continue to grow for many decades to come, we will need to continue to address our fire service and how we dispatch and address fire and EMS within our region. I think now is the most optimal time to address that conversation with the current bodies and electeds that we have and where we are within the process, especially going into the legislative session next year. There are possible opportunities in which we would need legislative change to make some of these realities happen.
Y'all notice what the Central Valley towing is prominent for towing, though? There's an old classic car. There's an old classic car. There's an old classic car. Oh, look, there's an old classic car. Huh. What is that, a Porsche? Let's go to the other one. Yeah, look. Classic car. Damn, they all kind of fancy lit up, huh? Golden Gold and blue. All right. Slippage depends on the water temp. I know that Oroville, I've been keeping up with that, and they found the older boy, the one that went in to save his little brother. I understand a flatbed is needed for towing. It just... seems like this is a Central Valley Towing is a choice for using this company for, I don't know, vehicles that would wind up at hot August nights. That's all I'm saying. It's just something I noticed. Something I noticed. All right, we're gonna continue.
And not wait until the legislative session that would occur in 2026, or I'm sorry, 2025. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for saying, and I also want to thank Chairman Delgado and the Health District for participating today. I think that they will play an integral part in this discussion as well. I think they have done a phenomenal job to do and lead off a lot of these discussions as it pertains to dispatch and EMS service within our region. Now, I just want to thank the electeds for taking the time, and hopefully we can have some very humble and concise conversation about how we provide that level of service to our entire community in an ongoing nature. So thank you, Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to introduce this topic.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Lucy. I appreciate that. Ms. Bybee, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to see if there was a way that we can do full screen on those slides. I don't know about anyone else, but I couldn't read the slides. The motion is on the slide, and having the full screen instead of gallery so that we can see what's being presented in chambers. I couldn't follow, and it's not in my packet. And I've got a guiding principles list that kind of goes along with the slides, but the slides were not visible at all. And then the motion's there too. So and I don't know if there's future slides in the next item also, but just a request that we could get full screen on that. If the technicians could help us with that, that would be great so that we can follow along a little better. Thank you.
Mr. Woolridge, can you, was it in a PowerPoint format?
Yes, sir, it is.
Can you email, well, I know you can email it to us, but...
Posted online on all 3 county and both cities.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll start. I'm very supportive of this. I think this is a great idea. Regional dispatches, I mean, it only makes sense for us. Always, though, the devil is in the detail. I'll just leave it at that. And so I look forward to seeing what staff wants to bring back, how we will deal with where it's done. Will there be some redundancy in the system, some satellites, and etc. Will it be done from the EOC, and then will we still maintain Reno's dispatch center and Sparks dispatch center as again?
See, and then here you go. 80S3 is en route to Prosser. Responding, they don't want to tell you where they're coming from. But I can tell you they're awful close for them to arrive in a minute. 2 minutes, not even a minute. Okay? B8023, en route, responding from an unnamed street in State Route 89. 8021, responding from an unnamed street in State Route 89. B8011, en route, responding from an unnamed street in State Route 89. Were they all hanging out at this fucking same road? Because if you look here, they were assigned at 1505. 1505, they're en route. 1505, like they're there. 1097 arrived. This one's responding from Pioneer Trail and Coachland Drive. This one's responding from Prosser Dam in 89. This one's responding from an unnamed street in 89. They're all awful fucking close, don't you think? Are they staying close because they know AWP's there? Yikes, y'all. Like, it's like they know that AWP, because if you think about in the beginning, how they weren't followed around at, like, Donner. They weren't followed around at Boca other than a couple news media. They weren't bothering them. They weren't staying close at any of those other places on those days. Yet the day that AWP's at the lake, they're all around Prosser. What was that? Coachland Drive? Yep, Coachland Drive. Coachland Drive and Pioneer Trail. So this motherfucker's right here. He's responding from CHP. That's the only reason why they're putting his location in. So is it possible that all these units are coming from the CHP? Being it's that damn close to arrive 3 minutes later? I thought it was longer than a 3-minute drive. No, it's longer than that. Hold on. That's what it is. They responded from CHP. 1504, 1505, and 1505, they're en route. They're assigned an en route. 1525, 3:25 p.m., the first officer to show up is Luis de Oca. Montes de Oca. And that's the car 011 that you see on the thingy. I can't wait to see where car 103 is from. I remember seeing these car numbers on the news. And looking at the CHP. Well, you have CHP and a rec center that are like right across the road from each other, right? Because, yeah, you 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes it took them to respond. I still think this one's a helicopter. I can't wait to get the reports from Truckee PD. So we have officers' names there from Nevada County, Placer County. Like, I don't know why these other agencies are dragging their fucking knuckles. CHP's the only one that's really released a lot of stuff. 10-8 cleared from this at 16:52, so after an hour. I think this is a helicopter. 80:21, because this is about the time the news show started recording. It was like, yeah, like 4 or 5 o'clock. The staging area. 80:21 didn't leave until 8:13. Or 7:13, my bad. 7:13, this 11, the first responder is let go. 80:23. So, you're telling me that the only 2 CHP officers that were allowed to stay to 9 p.m., so from 9 to almost midnight, I wonder if that was all FBI in Nevada County, or don't worry, we're gonna get the answers. So CHP left the scene by 8:23, 8:31, and 8:31. Which you would think that they would have CHP there longer than that, assessing, you know, the incident. And then this is where that lady comes in on the 24th, because here's 11:37. She comes in and she cancels the response of Prosser Creek. What? Okay, and then she comes in with supplemental information. Supplemental vehicle record 238-6000, which I'm gonna need that. And I think this, can I highlight this? Nope, can't highlight this because it's an image. Anyway, I'll get that. Edit. Can I add something over here that's colorful? Oh, look at this big old box. I'll know to get the... So, if they received, so if CHP had their tow company take it to their tow yard, this means Sacramento FBI already had this vehicle. They're the ones that took the license plate off the car. FBI would have been the one to make it all go poof. Because they're the ones that tore all the seats off. I hope they tested all this shit for other people's DNA. I hope they tested that steering wheel to see if Nick's was on there, to see if Sammy's was on there, to see whose prints were in that car, who was in the passenger seat, who was in the driver's seat. I don't know. Check to see if there's anybody that was at that party, if their fingerprints are on the inside of the fucking trunk hatch. There's so much to this investigation they could have done. They chose not to. Why? Who told you that it was going to be an accident? So she goes back in on the 25th, reopens it. Why would you check for the license plate if it was already taken off? And why is the license plate still here if it's taken off? You shouldn't be... Oh, you're querying a line. Okay, I see. She's going back and then she's exiting out after. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, she's coming in for the supplemental information, and her specific thing was the license plate. But what's weird is she adds a license plate number and then queries it to match it against this plate number and then leaves. And then she opens this incident 00036 1039. Hold on. I should know this. I have it highlighted here, don't I? Know. 1039 is a message or an item was delivered. And that's the message. SATCOM for entry. Mate wants it entered as Valley Division impound. So yeah. Well, why isn't the FBI making more calls? CB, right? All right, and then she goes in, comment for incident 745, read something. She exited. She got a response because she got a comment back. She goes in, reads the comment. I guess getting the information of Prosser Creek and then exits back out. Then she does another query as a vehicle modifier. Okay, there's the log. See, no plates. And then she checks it that afternoon and then calls it quits, then comes back the next morning at 9 o'clock, checks for the comment, and then a day later, somebody read her comment. Hold on. See, you can't click on none of this. This is what doesn't make any sense. There's no text here to select. Anyway, it's crazy to me that they found a vehicle of the missing girl with remains in it, and their priority response is a 4 to assist other departments. Did other departments like Truckee PD, Nevada County, and Placer County not want CHP there, and that's why they only put it in as a 4? And that's it? Wow. That's it? Dang. There's a lot of missing from that report as well. I can't listen to that dude no more. I do know that. All right, let me see. Let me close that. Let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to... Oh, and then this is where... Oop, I don't need that. Oh, I did want that open though. History, give me that. There's something else. Okay, so Hexagon. Hexagon is where Washoe saves their data at, and that data warehouse is where most of California holds their data between CHP, Truckee PD, all of them. I'm noticing a lot of this stuff is coming from data warehouse. But Hexagon is now what Washoe. But what doesn't make sense is if they have this good of a software and interface program, there's no reason why it's taking 90 days to get dispatch calls back. It's not. It's like they already know they're getting paid a salary, so they just take their sweet time doing whatever. That's my opinion on that. No, I don't need your help, thanks though. Hexagon On-Call Dispatch is a flexible suite of next-generation incident management capabilities supporting on-premises, customer-hosted, or software-as-is SaaS deployments. The Intelligent Software Suite provides superior incident management capabilities in the public safety, answering PSAP emergency control room, station, unit, or anywhere first responders need to go. Transforms the call taker and dispatch experience, connects roles for a better safety and efficiency, improves multi-agency collaboration, supports agile organizations. But did you guys hear in that video we were listening to how in 2012, like something happened where they like had a breakup or something, and they wound up using different systems? Yet if you go into, it's almost like Washoe's trying to get a lot of partnerships and sponsors and help from the Sierra Tahoe. All right, I gotta take this ace off my ankle, man. It feels like it's making my toes swell. Oh, my ankle's purple. All right, it's enough of that. We want some color back in my foot. Oh, enough of that. Sorry, I had to take that shit off. Oh, Still, it doesn't explain why it's taking so damn long. Other than dragging their knuckles. Like, seriously. Damn. Like, their systems are insane, dude. There's no excuse. Anyway, I'm gonna close that. What's the next tab? Oh, I was getting into the ITS stuff and government stuff. And this is out of the Bay Area. I need to keep all of this here because I'm going to show you why. Here's what's crazy. So the network and stuff that, I'm not going to say all, most of these agencies go through is this right here, okay? So what I'm noticing, okay, the service packages through this Bay Area regional ITS architecture service, okay? Listen to this. Hazmat Management, California Highway Patrol. Here's the ITS data warehouse. It is used by CHP, MTC, Caltrans 4, VTA automated report generation. It's also a data archive, MTC incident analytics. See what else is in here. That's not here. Caltrans, local cities, counties. Hazmat, huh? So Oakland, Alameda, Caltrans, San Francisco, San Jose. I'm going to assume these local cities and counties under both of data warehouse and maintenance and vehicle maintenance, stuff like that, equipment tracking. Local cities and counties, I'll bet you this is all of California. Same with this down here, maintenance and construction vehicle maintenance here as well. Alameda, So all of these EMS thingies use, here's emergency responses. Here we go. Alameda County, California Highway Patrol, Caltrans District 4, which is Truckee area, Grass Valley, all of that. That's the NEU. Alameda County 2, City and County of San Francisco, East Bay, City of Oakland, Traffic Operations, San Jose. So this is the majority of Northern California. This will help me look up stuff tomorrow too. The BART, all of this, wow, transit vehicle tracking. They use it all of, because here's WestCat, there's BART, Samtrans, Caltrans. It's like all of it. Smart micro transit. Muni. So this government website holds data for all of this, for security and all. Fleets, transit passengers, transit travelers, signal priorities. Damn, dude. Broadcast traveler information. So this is like everything. Infrastructure, traffic surveillance, traffic signals, traffic metering, traffic information dissemination, traffic management. So this is the place that would store the data for old cameras. So let's say from August 1st to August 21st. But here's that ITS data warehouse. Here it is, all right here. All their incident analytics and data. ITS User Services describes what functions ITS performance from the user's perspective. The national ITS architecture defines service package that bundle multiple ITS elements to address specific transportation management services such as surface street control or traveler information. An ITS service package is not in and of itself a project. Instead, service packages are building blocks of ITS, and specific ITS projects may include multiple service packages that provide multiple interrelated functions. For example, a transit ITS project designed to improve service for efficiency may include service packages for vehicle tracking, fixed route schedule management, and automated passenger counting. So everything that flows on the highway flows through, whether it's an incident or just traffic. Stakeholders, huh? Who's your stakeholders? Man, I like this stuff. Loading data, please wait. All right, I'm gonna turn this game off. Main menu, yes I do. Quit. Time is it? Oh, look at that, see? Oh shit, here we go. Stakeholders. Alameda County Transit, Alameda County. Oh man. Bay Area, California Highway Patrol, Caltrain, Caltrans. Capital Corridor, CHP. The City of Alameda. City of Antioch, City of Belmont, Benicia, Campbell, Concord, Cupertino, Daly City, Dublin, Emeryville, Fairfield, Fremont, Gilroy, Hayward, Lafayette, Livermore, Los Gatos, Menlo Park, Milpatas, Morgan Hill, Mountain View, Oakland, Palo Alto, Petaluma, Pleasant Hill, Pleasanton, Redwood City, wow, Rio Vista, Renert Park, San Carlos, San Jose, San Leandro, San Rafael, San Ramon, Santa Clara, Santa Rosa, Saratoga, South San Francisco, Susan City, Sunnyvale, Union City, Vacaville, Vallejo, Walnut Creek, and the county of San Francisco, Commercial Fleet, Connected and Autonomous Vehicle Operators, Contra Costa, Contract Transport Companies, County Connections, CCCTA, Easy Mile, Fairfield and Susan Transit, Financial Institutions, the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation, Google. Look. Google, I-80 ICM agencies, local cities and counties, they don't want to say who's there. Media, Napa Valley Transit, NOAA, private hazmat providers, private tow wrecker providers. Isn't that crazy? Maybe that's how Nick G's stuff vanished. I don't know. Private weather information service providers, Prospect Silicon Valley, regional and international airports, regional emergency agencies, regional event coordinators, regional medical centers, regional ports, San Mateo, Santa Clara, Sonoma, Tri-Delta, Water Emergency Transportation Authority, that's who all owns stakes. Projects by sponsors. What are these? I know, Google's. Look, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just guessing on how they're pronounced. There's only 2 cities in California that I've seen so far that are also in my area, like Livermore. All right, let's see what's going on here. Alameda. So they did all the BART stuff. BART is Bay Area Transit something, isn't it? Rapid Transit or something, isn't it? Bay Area Rapid Transit District, yeah. California Highway Patrol, Bay Area Operations Center Phase 2 and 1. The Incident Management Center. Damn, dude. And it's crazy because Truckee's incorporated, they can do their own thing. Everything down and around it is in here, but Truckee's not. But CHP is included. Alright, what else is in here? Assets. What are assets? Roadside equipment. Alright, I'm done with that one too. What's this? I don't know why I did this. Why did I look this up? Tahoe National Forest. CHP Traffic Incident Information Page, Communications Center. Choose one. Bakersfield, Barstow, Bishop, Border, Capital, Chico, El Centro. Wow, there's a CHP office in El Centro. That's cool. I want to see this for a minute. For the uninitiated, walking into a U.S. Forest Service and CAL FIRE Interagency Command Center has a sense of cinematic. Screens, maps, and a squelch of radios abound in an audio-visual surround sound. The gentle energy of focus is bolstered by the awareness on background of incoming messages. You're not telling me they didn't know about these fire cams from fucking Jump Street, y'all. You're not. Tahoe National Forest Dispatch Team coordinating resources, orders at the Interagency Command Center. That's the pictures above. Following an initial report of a wildfire from a fire lookout tower or 911 calls, dispatchers provide critical support. Ever wonder how fires get their names? That is dispatch choosing a geographical feature or road nearby which to identify the fire. Dispatchers also determine what resources, staff, engines, aircraft, and more are needed to be sent. So it's the dispatcher's responsibility to send the right team or people to incidents. You're not telling me that the Tahoe National Forest, CAL FIRE, all these interagencies did not know about the fire cams. They didn't know about them until fucking shitfuck was like, oh, hey guys, let me suck my own dick. Look at this. Look what we got here. And you got a blob of light. And it's crazy because if you if you look at that fire cam footage, other than the mass exodus, it doesn't align with timestamps of what the times these kids said they were moving around and leaving and all that. That's what's crazy. It's off a little bit. And until their stories match anything, I don't trust none of them. Go to District 3. For why? Oh, I shouldn't have closed that, is what you're saying. And this is Tahoe National Forest main thingy is in Nevada City. Here's Truckee Ranger District. Ooh. Oh, really? Man, I already closed this. I want to go here. And then I'm going to get off here for the night. I want to check out the Truckee Ranger District real quick in this game. Let me go pee real quick, and I'll be right back, and we will continue what we're doing. Now I'm gonna have a little snacky snack. We're gonna do this. Let me see if this will. Ah! Yup. Yup.
All right.
Think we're good? Yup. I just want to see how close this is. And speaking of shitfuck, if I'm not mistaken, it was STEM KB that brought forth the fire cams to shitfuck. Just so you know, I'm listening just super tight. It's okay, Steph. Well, and that's what that's the thing is, like, any media can be manipulated. We don't know if there's not splices in the camera footage because none of them match. None of the versions that we have. Oh shit, I forgot to get. Hold on. None of the footage goes, like, plays in sync with each other. Yeah, let's see. Let's see where it takes us. We're gonna go to the ranger station. Okay. Man, none of these maps are 3D, which sucks. Dude, is this down by the fucking Rock and Rose Nursery? Oh my god, that's, so the case of Daniel Gallardo Jr., he was moving to the Reno area. And I think it was the day that he was supposed to go start working or get an interview from this Rock and Rose Nursery and Landscape is when he vanished without a trace. And it was like a year later that they found his vehicle abandoned on these back ass fucking roads. But never, still to this day, have not found his remains. That little boy just fucking vanished too. Oh, here we go. What? No. Dude, this is tripping me out. This is... It's right, but... Y'all. This is nuts. All right. You're telling me that... Ah. They're all by each other. There's the rec center. There's CHP. And here's the ranger place. I just got thrown out of the sky. And you're telling me that this ranger place... This is what's fucking nuts as fuck, y'all. That ranger place is right here, knowing full fucking well that this tower is right here on this hillside, looking at that water right there. Come on. Come on. I don't know what it is. There's something with that fire cam. There's something with that 147. There's just... something. And it's odd because you see it more in CHP's high resolution 60 frames per second, which it's not 60, it's still 1 frame per 2 seconds, but they're saying it's in 60 frames per second just because they uploaded it in 60 frames, which you're still only getting the maximum of what it recorded at, which is 1 frame per 2 seconds. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. What I find odd about that camera is that prior to Kiely going missing, they utilized it. They were looking all over, zooming in, focusing on little spurts of just everything. And then the day prior to the party is when it starts. It's like nobody's operating it. And then when after the party happens in the morning, it's almost like they were notified to turn the cameras away because one after another in the early hour morning, Alder Hills turns away and starts staring at the fucking mountainside. Then that evening, Tahoe Donner, I don't think they realized it was looking at Prosser. And then they turned that away. Wait, what? Yes, fire cam is manipulated and used as a tool when a government... I don't know. I'm not sure what the manipulation is. All I know is they're like in CHP's footage, you can tell where like there's frames missing. And then it's really odd that they cut it off right before any law enforcement shows up that morning. And I know damn well that that camera, that Donner Hill one, the Tahoe Donner one, stays looking at Prosser all fucking day long until the late afternoon, early evening. Like, and that's the thing is, like, in the beginning, I thought SF was gonna expose things, and then he did a 180 as well. Which is very odd. Look away from it. Stop saying Sammy's name. Like, it's really crazy how When he first came out, he said to look into Sammy and Jagger. And then he real quickly started deleting posts and changing his mind and, oh, it's an accident. And then if you see all the California licenses he got from like search and rescue and like all these special rewards, I don't know, it's the same with Nick Giovanni. It's the same with Frickberg. Like, all of these people either quit their jobs or retired out or moved on to another something. So Nick and his ministry thingy, I don't understand, like, I don't understand that. I mean, I do, but it's like, that's an easy place to donate to. And then, like, Frickberg, I understand she's a bodybuilder, like, she's doing shit with her life and her kids and stuff like that. But, like, she retires out from Placer County after 20 years of service. Thank you. And then the rumor is, like, she went to Washoe. That's why I keep saying it, because the only thing that I can find that she did for a few months was some dives with Washoe. But I don't see her working anywhere other than her fitness thingy, which isn't even a physical location in like Reno or anything like that. Like, it's a private club. She's a personal trainer, and people, which is weird, like, when you look up freaking fitness, there's no information on it. There's not even a number to contact to set up, I don't know. It's like word of mouth. It's really odd, you know? I don't know if she just wanted to go under the radar after she realized she fucked up on the case or what. Yeah, I feel that, Jade. I feel that. I don't know, I have a lot of questions, and I wish the officers would at least do their job in releasing their end of the reports, you know? That's all. That's all I want. Since, you know, nobody can tell the truth. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off here, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. God bless. Have a great night. I'll go live tomorrow again.